Right, hello everybody and welcome to extremely late night Bloodlines. It's not gonna be a super long video slash stream, but my focus right now is heavily on getting out of Santa Monica. I didn't really want to lose a whole stream day just because I went out and took a nap. The week drags on so badly that I start having midweek naps in the evening. Oh wow. You can actually I could actually see him walk. That's creepy. Like, I know that other people have filmed it before. Like him actually walking past here. But like, I could never actually bend down and see him. And this time I did. No, it's locked. But it has such nice glowy yellow calming light coming from it. Are you laughing at me because I'm Malkavian? I kinda need to know. Also, why do you ring the phone if you're gonna throw it at me? Second child was chopped up like firewood. Firewood style. What room was that even? That's like a real life photo of somebody. Permission to use that in game because that's slightly weird. I think I tripped on part of the vase. Now, this time we're gonna be super nice to the spirit, and we're not gonna give the pendant to Jeanette so that Jeanette doesn't throw it to the sea. Guess it's not very nice if Jeanette throws it to the sea. Murder, suicide, ocean house killer possibly responsible for Inferno. Oh no, that's the thing I haven't checked. You see spirits with aspects. You know, if the next time, if I actually see a full apparition, that's something that I might need to try. What if I don't wanna? You help yourself, girly. Okay, that's the wrong diary. Yay! Her husband killed her out of fit of jealousy. Whoop whoop! He's coming. That's good. Maybe he'll open a door for me. You know, I wonder if ghosts can, like, see each other all the time. Like, what? Be careful. When everything starts flying, is she, like, throwing some pots back? And they're just, like, playing pot pong? Elevator goes down, I go up. Whoa. Okay, I go down. I go up again. Is that a shadow? I mean, I absolutely know that this is the wrong way, but... Murders unsolved. Mother or father could have been Ocean House Killer.
Can't see. Where have my eyes gone to?
That is such a basic picture. I swear that was her! Sometimes from time to time running the wrong way is the right idea. Biography of 1930s circus performer Scarlett the Perforated Lady. Torkelson, best known as assistant to Shaky Sil Manfredi, the notorious epileptic knife thrower. This book raises your dodge talent. I've never found that one before. Mostly because I normally don't have a high C stat. I avoid that because technically high C stat just like highlights items, so it's not like it's absolutely necessary. They still exist if you don't have it. Oi! I swear it must be her. She is the only one that I can see. Alternatively, he's making place explode. Oh! Didn't know that that chest opened. Is there anything else around here? No. Hello, Manand! Welcome to super late night Bloodlines because I fell asleep. In the middle of the evening and then was just like late for everything. Yay for the cheer. Thank you. Let's heal up a bit. It's because as the week drags on, lack of sleep catches up with me. You know, this is an illusion, but this is like very few times when my character can see sunlight. So that's kind of sad. Like, I can just imagine standing over here going, so precious. It's the outside world at the daytime, even though it's a ghost illusion. And every single time when you get the pendant and you're like going back, like, I just wanna get out of here pronto. Oh, he actually, that's why. He rung it and then threw at me, fair enough. Like, what's ringing? Yeah, this is... I mean, I got the pendant for one of the ghosts. The man ghost and child ghost technically will still be around. Maybe the pendant gets rid of the man ghost and the woman ghost, I don't know. But... that place... It's actually not that bad when you're getting to the pendant. For some reason, it's worse when you're getting out because you feel just like really uncomfortable. Right, I'm gonna just take any path out of the sewers at all. Okay. Okay, this will work. This will work. That's bonds. I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. I still need to visit Foxy Boxes. Hey, Foxy Boxes! that's where the Asian vampire dude is. I think that they don't like being called vampires, though. Reports. 04. I miss 04.
I smell a rancid grave.
Good on you, Whisper. My initial observations of the city indicate that the Canaanites here are both scattered and unorganized. There are 3 individuals of note. They seem to be involved in some sort of dispute. I shall continue to watch and listen. This might actually give us a bit of an idea of how long we have been here, how many nights. These Canaanites are a curious and fragile race. They waste the gift of their immortality on petty schemings and fleshly gain. We will have little problem making the city our own. So, the 10th month. That's, yeah, that's October. That's October. So, by game, chronologically, that would have been, like, literally 16 years ago. It seems that my presence here has been noted by one of the Canaanites in Nosferatu, I believe they are called. He has entrusted responsibility of my surveillance to a bumbling mortal fool. I have begun to follow the so-called spy, a small amusing respite from my usual duties. I am not too sure. Would that have been the first night when we arrived in Santa Monica as an undead? Because we meet Nox and he's like, I'm on a secret mission, I can't share anything about it. Have drawn the attention of a newcomer, an agent of the prince, who has discovered the corpse of Virgil Crumb. I know very little about this individual, but they seem much more resourceful than most Canaanites I have observed. I will prepare myself in the event that our path cross, because an altercation seems imminent. If I do not survive, let my last report state that Santa Monica is ripe for the taking. We'll find little resistance if we come in force. That is very nice, Whisper. Good for you. And yes, apparently the unofficial plus patch increases how much whispers you get, hence why we're getting them so often. Okay, red. Meaning that he is angry. I am kicking his ass just with this. Okay, I kinda need to heal up a bit. I'll be right with you! I mean, he's trying to be right with me too. Yay! My katana. I don't suppose we can, like, seduce the person in the club. I have 16 experience and 1 seduction. Seduction. How's my intimidation going? I kinda want a high intimidation. So, scholarship and intelligence is research. Hey! I wasted my stat things on the most random things ever. This will go well. I am not trying to get Jeanette and Therese to like each other this time around, so that's gonna be fine. Oh, beauteous angel, my dreams have invaded my reality.
Not in this lifetime.
Oh god damn it. That's mean.
Yo, girl, do that thing yet?
The Life Eater has enjoyed his last meal, and you should make this disappear now.
Right on, girl, yeah! Hey, I'm sorry again for what happened before. Still haven't heard anything from Bertram, but I'll let him know about how good you did and about how you were cool about everything. And, yeah, oh man.
The Life Eater was a thing of death and shadows.
Bertram said it's like a vampire, but different, you know? It's like what they have in China instead of vampires. He said lots of them have been coming to California for some reason, I don't know.
Fare thee well. Can I please seduce you?
Is this place always so dead?
Death is only a sweet beginning, my lovely.
Ooh, that was an interesting thing to say. What are you, some kind of barroom philosopher? Or is that your idea of girl talk?
Philosophy, philanderings, is there a difference, my sweet?
Right. Goodbye.
God damn it. I am so bad with seduction. But like, you know what, never mind. It's like I say all the wrong things to all the right people.
Not even a knock? I could have been undressing. And who knows what I would have had to do to you. You're here to see Her Royal Majesty Queen Victoria, aren't you?
I seek the Dark Daughter, she of Obsidian.
Therese is out making a show of how well her lips fit on the pants seat of the Camarilla.
You mean
Did you
she's
happen
back
to find
inside
her
your head?
chastity belt or something?
I can only speak with your other face, daughter of Janus.
So, Therese told me you might be back with something for her. Do you have it with you?
Your sister only receives this treasure.
I'm not just some silly doll, you know. All my life, my sisters made me out to be a joke. She told you I was an embarrassment, didn't she? That I couldn't tie my shoes, let alone hold on to something for her. Is that it?
Hold on to the knowledge that you mean nothing to me. That's very brutal.
She's always belittling me. She's the smart one. She's the favorite. She's the successful one. Well, it's not fair. I'm not a fool. This club's success is just as much my doing as it is hers.
My heart is open, but your hand will not contain your desire.
Do you understand what it's like to have your own flesh and blood ripping you apart on a daily basis for 2 lifetimes? Can you?
You have survived 200 years. That is very impressive. Your sister and none other, Harlot.
Fine, you hold on to it. Since you were so willing to brave that big spooky place for my darling sister, how about doing a teensy tiny favor for little troubled me?
I do nothing more for the daughters of Janus.
Leave now, and Bertram will never help you. I'll see to that. So you can make believe you adore my every word and help me, or you can go back to the prince with your head in your hands.
Your threats are like your virginity, short-lived and ephemeral. I think that that's the idea. I think I just really got I think I offended her.
Hello, Sunrise. Back to burn me?
Oh, oof. Tell me what to do.
Do you know Gallery Noir down the street? I happen to know there's a charity event being organized there. Lots of influential Santa Monicans slithering in for token appearances. But there's one thing they don't know. The whole event's been set up by a kindred trying to establish their own power clique in our city. And we can't let that happen, can we? So I need some brilliant young upstart to spoil the milk.
It's the worm I need to see.
I thought we went over this. Therese isn't here. Until he hears it from her, Bertram's like a windshield in the deep blue sea. Invisible.
What deeds need be done?
I promise this won't take long. Take this knife. Give the paintings in the gallery a good slashing. Don't get caught, and don't turn it into a massacre. And steal the charity box, would you? Buy yourself something velvet.
I don't steal the offerings of innocence.
It's not what you think. Every pretty penny dropped in that box is going right into some other kindred's purse. You'd be crooking from a dirty steal.
I will slash the canvas, but steal no green.
I'm sure Therese will be thrilled to honor your agreement when you get back. But in the meantime, get to the museum and ruin those paintings. Then pay me a visit. I want to hear all about it. Hurry up. I can only amuse myself for so long. Oh, and there was something about the paintings. What was it? I can't remember. Oh well, have fun, Duckling.
We will! It's kind of sad that you can't progress this without, like, skipping this bit, because, not that doing this bit is so, like, awful, but I legitimately don't wanna be mean. It's like, from our perspective, we could have technically gone to sleep and, like, got up the next day. And time would have progressed and Therese maybe be there. So we didn't, like, have to do this. From the game perspective, you can't, like, avoid the mission. Game doesn't progress. There's no way to just go and sleep for the night.
Great to see you again.
Tell me your hunting tales, Keymaster.
Bail bonding? What do you want to know?
I actually don't know what I wanted. I wanted some money off you. Because there was that quest, the thing that said... Yeah. Oh, okay. We have already done that. Okay. In that case, I came here for blood. You have enough to live. Enjoy your life. I did not ruin your life. Hooray me. Gave you a bit of a love bite.
Hey, need a date?
No, but I do need some blood. So, like, it's kind of the same thing, kind of not, you know? Too bad that there isn't, like... Don't have my ghoul with me yet. Until I go to downtown. Otherwise... You know what, I can get you to go to that alleyway. What strings pull you, stranger?
Nothing. Nothing. Just waiting for a friend to get off work. He's A police officer. Old army buddy. He should be bringing his dog as well. It's a Rottweiler. Wonderful attack dogs, they are.
Steal with a kiss of suave. I'm pretty sure that's what my whisper said. Fortune smiles on you. You will share your rewards now.
Sure. I guess I could spare a few dollars. Here you are. Good luck getting back on your feet.
I'll take your timepiece as well.
My watch. It's a quantum limited edition. Only 50 made in the world. Quite irreplaceable. It was an anniversary present for my wife.
Consider it a mortgage on your mortality.
Yes. Well, here.
You can add all your green to that fistful of TikToks.
It's people like you that have ruined this city. Here's my money, damn you. Go buy your narcotics, you lowlife. Now leave me alone. You've got what you want.
Your blood will be the cherry on this little sweet sundae.
Hey, hold it.
Okay, that homeless man passed. I wasn't gonna kill him. But there we go. I got precisely what I wanted. Which was a drink. A nice big drink.
Hey, hold on a minute there. I'm afraid you are committing a 351. That's trespassing on private property. I'm gonna have to ask that you vacate the premises immediately, or I'm afraid I'll be forced to radio this in.
Your mind will shatter on the hollowness of your life.
No, it can't be. I'm useless. I'm completely useless.
Flowing fat will ferment your furrows. Oh God, that's whoa.
Die.
I mean, I'm already dead. I don't need to die again, but that is so brutal. That is so brutal. You're dead, Abel, cursed. You look so happy with their assholes up in the air there. So I gotta say, feeding from her stomach is like a very bizarre place. Let me just save. I am very interested that Blood Guardian is actually doing less damage to me than I am doing to the Blood Guardian. I mean, we're engaged in a fist fight. My fist shouldn't be this good. Way! Then it explodes into a bubble of blood. Bubble of blood. Hopefully the security guard doesn't commit suicide. I think I would feel bad about it. I mean, he's still really upset. I could use some blood though. I swear, My undead is like completely fearless. We are moving. Good for you. Like, if that wasn't... that was actually like you or something. Right? It was like actual reality, an actual person. You wouldn't be like, oh, 2 people have passed down the street. I have a tiny amount of slither of time. Let me just fast feed off this policeman. That sounds like an excellent way to get caught.
Hey, start now.
But this version of me, though, is just like, I need blood. I need blood. Let me just tell the policemen how useless they are as a life form.
You. What were you thinking?
About?
The museum. That was my event. Did you think I wouldn't find out? Shut up. I thought I could control my sister as long as Tongue was out of the picture, but nothing's changed. I should have expected that you'd succumb to Jeanette's influence like all the others, but how dare you!
I don't know what your lips are saying.
Don't lie to me! Jeanette already confessed she tricked you into doing it. It was probably all Tongue's idea. I'll deal with them later. But that's still no excuse for you ruining my museum.
I just thought that, my teeth are like so big. Hers are like so small. I have brought you the ghostly bauble and old words.
Excellent. I'll take that. However, Jeanette claimed you did it for her. But let's say I believe you. After all, you've acted decently and rationally up to now. I imagine you'd still like me to call off the feud.
Decently and rationally are like big words for a Malkavian. To a Malkavian. We're both Malkavians. There isn't any decent or rational thought in here. Of course, Dark One.
There's only one problem. If Tongue gets word that I threatened Jeanette, which he most certainly already has, it's not likely he'll believe me. So, in order to call off the feud, you're going to have to convince Jeanette to forgive me first.
How might this deed be done?
I made some threats against my sister. Idle threats, involving fire and her impious satin sheets. She took them quite seriously, and is avoiding me. I want to meet with her, and explain that they were said in the heat of the moment. I asked her to meet me at the Surfside Diner, to reconcile, but I'm busy with the club and my other endeavors. I'd like you to go to the diner and promise her that I don't plan to take any action against her. Wait for her in the back booth, near the phones.
This is more convoluted than my psych. I will find her, and then we finish this.
I want to see my sister. Yes, I'll call it off once I've spoken with her myself. Just do what I ask.
Done and done. I don't actually know what having conversations is so convoluted, but knowing that I know that they are like one person, and my character obviously knows because they keep on calling them the daughter of Janus. Also knowing that they know that they're one person. This was very obviously a setup from the very start. Okay. Oh god. Save. That might have been a mistake. Saving, I mean?
Hey, stop, man. Motherfucker.
Definitely was a mistake. Let's save in this corner where it's slightly safer. I need blood so desperately. Let me just get out and hide again, please. I love the fact that the barman is still over there. That's a very nice barman. There's 2 of them left.
Hey, come va? Che ha torto?
Why are you speaking Italian? Especially at that man. You look very confused. Are you okay? I mean, I don't think that you are, but... Okay, I just killed everybody without firing a single shot. Good for me. Hello?
I'm terribly sorry about that. My sister was just furious about your refusal to take part in her design, so she sent those men to kill you. But I'm going to make sure it never happens again. Drop by. We'll take care of this tongue business.
She's crazy! Help!
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure that both of you are crazy. I am very I don't think that that was the lines that we got the last time. I think that the lines were unique this time around, which is a surprise.
Hey there, need a date?
No, thank you! Also, I wonder what summons police to this place. Because, like, half the time I get the police and half the time I don't get the police. Like, this time I'm not getting the police. I think as if you shot back, but I'm not too sure because I rarely use weapons here and I often get the police anyway. I mean, this time the only weapon that I ever used was my fists and my teeth.
You stay out of this. To think anyone would risk their life for this filthy, tainted waste of blood. This will just make it easier to kill both of you. Help! Save me and I'll help you find Bertram. I swear! Shut up, Jeanette. I warned you to stay away from Tongue. He's turned you against me. I always looked out for you, but you couldn't stand my success. You had to meddle, didn't you? I didn't want it to end like this, but you forced me. I wasn't sticking my fingers in anyone's pie, dear sister. Of course you weren't. Just like you weren't working with him. Is it any different than the way you treated Father? Father? Oh, Therese. You poor deluded dear. I treated Father exactly the way he deserved to be treated. And he treated you like a... You don't say a word about Father. Your heart still belongs to Daddy after all these years, eh, sister? At least he loved me. You take that back, you bitch! You never gave me any credit for anything, Therese. I was the one calling the shots. Bertram was dancing on my leash. How does it feel to know that I beat you?
What strange fate twists befall us?
Isn't it obvious? I'm about to rid the night of this deviant, backstabbing whore. Do you realize that despite her condition, she still fornicates with kind, no less? So despicable. So unclean. You're one to talk, dear sister. Or should I say Daddy's little girl? Do you want to know just how depraved the Baron of Santa Monica can be? Shut up, Jeanette. You'd love the world to think you're a saint. When you thought I was asleep, I used to hear Father come in at night. I heard him whisper how much he loved you in your ear before he... Don't finish that sentence, or you're dead.
To be fair, that happened while they were alive. That's one thing. Another thing, Baron of Santa Monica sounds really bloody weird, considering that Santa Monica has barely fuck all kindred. It's like being the Baron of your local dumpster. Like being the Baron of a real-life apartment building. would give you more power than being the Baron of the whole of the Santa Monica. So that's... yeah. Thirdly, they're Anarch? Interesting. Because baronies are an Anarch thing, not a Camarilla thing. Interesting that we're working with them completely fine. Fourth, I can see how fornicating with Kine would offend you if it's your body that's doing it. Do not let her exhume your past, Dark Mistress.
Don't you want to hear what happened? How she became the pillar of the community she is today? Shut up. Just shut up!
Fifth, what community? Stop it, Avery Princess.
That's right, Jeanette. No one wants to hear your lies. I was the good girl. You were the wicked one. And despite that, I've always covered up your mistakes. I've taken care of you. And this is how you repay me. Taken care of me. You've done nothing but keep me down. Blame me for every mistake. Did you expect me to let you rule my life until the end of time? No, sister. You've had it coming since our last sunrise. Is that right, dear? If it wasn't for me, you would have never survived this long. Remember? They tried to separate us, but I refused. I chose this life and brought you into it so that we could stay together. Obviously, you've forgotten.
Does the Dark Daughter speak truth, White Mistress?
She's a control freak. People, things, emotions. If she can't control something, she gets rid of it. And you're a wild animal. You'll rub up against anything that'll take you in for the night. Then when you're stuffed and bored, you bite the hand that fed you.
Yes! The Dark One called down the Reaper on me.
Therese will never let you live. You've disappointed her. I used you, yes, but I didn't try to have you killed. Therese has no problem with killing, do you? Remember Father? Father loved me. I was a good girl. I always did what I was told. You always hated that he loved me. You disobeyed him. You brought men home when he wasn't there. You were an awful daughter to him.
What of Yana's Dark Daughter?
I was always good to Father, but Jeanette made him miserable. Over the years, it all became too much for him. I think she broke his heart, so he killed himself right in our room. Killed himself? Therese! You placed his finger on the trigger once you blew his mind all over the silly clown wallpaper. Right after he found me in your bed and thought I was you. He was always angry at you. You drove him to drink. When he died, he was in torment. As I recall, he died with a smile on his face.
I don't believe your hollow words, White Daughter.
As you shouldn't. I'm afraid, sister, I must write your ending in this family saga. And I want you to know I do so with great anguish and disappointment. I had such hopes that you'd change for the better with my guidance. But so, sweet sister, is this how it has to end? I admit I always knew this night might come. Well, any message you want me to give Father? An apology? A love letter?
The white must come to an end, Dark Daughter. Thing is, how do you shoot your own personality?
Goodbye, sister. I had to do it. You do understand. It was her or me. Now that she's been dealt with, I no longer have to worry about Tongue. He's a minor threat without her. I'll call off the feud. Wait here.
Like a tree, I go nowhere. She's almost sympathetic. Like, I feel like whenever we play different characters,
An oil tank at the old gas station.
Therese has
I'll
different
tell him
levels
one
of
condition
appreciation of us.
is that he help you. Our business then is finally complete. What you witnessed here, not a word to anyone.
Only the ghost of the White Princess will know. I am gone.
Do try to stay cautious. I'd hate to see one so promising meet an end because of wayward trust in another. I may have need of someone like you in a few years, if you're still around.
I'll remember that. Goodbye, Dark Daughter. Can personalities have souls? I have many questions. One of them would have been who embraced them. Well, then maybe smell something nice. May I offer a bouquet of flowers, my whispers. But also, considering that Malkavians tend to embrace people that are already, like, halfway there. Ooh. Those are very active wires. Jesus Christ, that must... Why? That must be quite the wind. Never noticed it, but whoa. Oh, very shaky. Very shaky.
Hey, baby. Need company?
Also, it's like the end of October and she was wearing absolutely nothing outside. Must be quite... And he's like wearing full-on winter coat. So that person's like super immune to the cold. Yep, this wire is also very active. All the wires are very, very, very active right now. But yeah, according to their backstory, they got sent to like an asylum for sanity after their father abused them and everything, and they escaped the asylum and got turned in order not to have their personalities separated. But come to think of it, if Malkavians choose people that are already like halfway there, having asylum as your hunting ground seems like such a good idea. Hi!
Look who finally made it. Thought you'd never find me, did you, sweetheart?
It festered in your brain that I looked for you?
I've gotten good at knowing when I'm wanted. Ah, so you're who I'm waiting on. Someone must have faith in you, Cupcake. That, or they want you out of the picture. Interesting choice either way.
Nasty dude!
Nasty dude? Hey, I may not be a looker, kid, but you better start showing some respect. 'Cause I could squash you like a freaking bug if my panties get all bunched up. You got it?
No, your nastiness was shown to me by the little golden ghoul.
Oh shit, I'm Malkavian. And you ran into Nox too? You guys must have had quite a conversation. Not a working brain cell between the two of you. Oh well.
Oh, you realized that I'm a Malkavian. Bird on tongue! The nasty dude!
The one and only. But don't bother with the introductions, fledgling. I know who you are.
Then you know more than I do.
News travels down the kindred grapevine like wildfire. And that courtroom spat between LaCroix and Nines Rodriguez is a juicy little morsel. And you in the middle. How interesting.
And survive I did!
Oh, you did you? Well, I wasn't worried. So why did you need to find me? What did you need?
I seek strange house of wares, oh nasty dude. For the winged one, you know?
Oh, never mind. The warehouse, though. I've been watching the place. The Sabbat has a bunch of low-life humans working day and night to...
The winged one?
There's some major staging going on.
I make a statement. He's like, oh, what? Never mind. Whatever you're going on about. Now about the warehouse. The thing that I think you meant. Secret sorrow and sickness. Tell me of Sabbat.
The Sabbat. Jeez, you are green. It's like this. We're all monsters, like it or not. I'm not gonna say the Sabbat are the evil vampires, because none of us are the good guys here. But the Sabbat, they glorify their monstrous nature. They refuse to hide it, and go out of their way to show it. They're also brainless and reckless. They have a life expectancy of a vampire fruit fly.
What of the hapless humans?
As far as I can tell, the humans seem to know the score from the way they've been talking. I think most of them have aspirations of joining the next graduating class of shovelheads. Ugh, losers.
Do they know if they're Dark Masters?
Yeah. The Sabbat like everyone to know just who they're dealing with. So if you get in there and have to bust a few heads, don't feel bad. Think of it as upholding the masquerade.
Can you bring me there with shoes of air and feathers? What?
Yes, I
Planes?
can. Just tell me when you're ready, and we'll leave. Once you're there, however, you're on your own. You'll have to get into the place and plant the explosives in the middle office to take the whole structure down.
My pockets desire things they do not have.
Alright, I guess. Come back when you're ready to go. But don't be too long, fledgling. This isn't really something we planned around your schedule.
Okay, so we can't tell him about Nox until
You ready
we're
to
after
go?
this thing. Lead on, nasty dude. I think that he thought that I was just like a regular person just insulting him at first. And then he's like, oh, a Malkavian, that explains it.
Deep of the Atlantic, dark, dreaming, sleeping, die.
Maybe don't die. But if I am hearing deep of the Atlantic, dark, dreaming, sleeping, then at this point the ancient is still asleep. Interesting.
Hey, stop, man! Come on out, freeze!
Yeah, you don't need to tell me anything. I'm just gonna wail of mindless shadows, darkness, or whatever every single time when I need to dig into somebody's neck. Which is like all the time, honestly. Those drawers open with the sound of a door. Interesting. I'm gonna take that. I don't really see a lot of difference between coming in through the door and coming in through the hole. So interesting that coming in through the door is an option.
Fox is all in everyone's face and shit.
Didn't you hear?
Let me just eat while your friend's going a bit nuts, so don't worry about it. Okay, your turn.
You know you're here.
I will drive you insane as many times as I need to. Like, this doesn't bother me one bit. Now, getting stuck on the train, that's slightly different. That does bother me a tiny bit. Oh, this one had good blood. This dude had good blood. Hey, my favorite way to get in. I do actually have a bit of a question. Let's just see if I can find an answer to it. I can't get down through there, fair enough.
I forgot to look, but I'll do it tonight.
What can I pay you guys for? This is the big score, so do your goddamn job right or I'll bury you in the desert and find someone who can.
Won't happen again. Swear I'll check the shipment tonight.
Freeze, motherfucker!
Oh, Jesus Christ. You don't see me! You don't see me! Don't worry about it. When did I upgrade my obfuscate?
Who's there?
Very obviously, absolutely nobody. I don't know what you're worrying about. There's nobody here. Nobody at all. There was never anybody here. I mean, you look special, but you're still human. Let me just save. That hit me a lot harder than I thought it would. There we go. Now we get to drain the guy with the special shotgun.
Hey, where you going, man?
I don't know. I'm not really going anywhere. Where are you going, man? Hmm? Where are you going, man? Don't really want to bother with murdering absolutely everyone this time around. Let me just see what... Can I just like clear a way out through here? Fuck you two! It's okay, my audience is almost non-existent, so it's fine. Nobody heard it. My husband's teasing me again. Yeah, this is actually a pretty clear path. Yeah, this will do. We can definitely run through here. I will be fleeing with fast footsies. Yes, fleeing. Very fast footsies. Yeah, please come in. Actually, like, come in. And then I go out. Stay there. If a giant half-wolf man tears through you, not my problem. Your problem. I'm good. Now, hey, this actually... I'm so merciful. Friggin' Sabat. Human people actually have time to flee if they really want to. But no, I suppose they're like, you know what? Let's shoot at them because that is the best decision to take right now. And no way a weird one. I swear, not a single character in this game can actually walk fine. Suppose undeath just doesn't do wonders for your legs.
Your handiwork, I presume?
Ah! A werewolf!
Not experienced much in the creatures of the night, are you? For future reference, you might keep in mind that werewolves aren't in the habit of introducing themselves.
To be fair, you haven't introduced yourself either. I don't know who you are, Beckett. You're just... came in as a wolf. Are you the big bad wolf?
I see my reputation, for once, does not precede me. My name is Beckett. I haven't been following you per se. We've just coincidentally been at the same places at the same time, for different reasons. So sorry if I unnerved you. Tell me, have you by chance seen or felt anything strange since your embrace?
Thankfully Beckett has absolutely no reaction to being a Malkavian either. Strange. No.
Most of my contacts here report sensing something unusual in the night air, like a sense of dread or pressure.
I don't think you should ever ask a Malkavian that question.
So I can't tell if it's irregular. And since you're still fresh, perhaps you're not attuned to it.
It's just the wrong question to ask.
Meeting your acquaintance, but there are rumblings for me to discredit. We shall, I'm certain, meet again. Or never again. Good night, young one. And be careful. You're very likely being hunted by the Sabbat.
Goodbye, Wolf. Interestingly enough, no insight about him. We do get to see his dorky runaway. I love his dorky runaway. It's like pitter-patter of tiny wolf feet. Hi.
Nice work, Cupcake. I felt that explosion a mile away. It's all over the news, too. Man, there's gonna be some pissed-off Sabbat just howling for blood tonight.
Do you know of Beckett, the noble savage?
Beckett? Well, I know of him. Why?
The noble savage! It sounds like Beckett could be a walking metal band, according to my Malkavian mind. The dark voices tell me he was near.
No kidding. Huh. Must be something major happening if he's in town. Beckett is a historian of sorts. He's unearthed more vampire lore than anyone. Well, that's all Beckett does. Seek the truth behind our condition.
I seek to pull questions from your bubbling dome.
What do you need?
I just described his head as bubbling. I made an acquaintance of your golden ghoul.
I know you did. Sharp kid. Can track like a bloodhound. I watched him work for a while before I approached him. I had no idea how eager he would be to help.
It festered in your brain that I would.
I knew you would. I had him watching you-know-who for me. It was inevitable you'd pass through her joint. I told him to keep an eye out for you, gave him lines to feed you, the whole bit.
The golden ghoul spilled his secrets like a child.
Oh, shit.
Your scheme was laid bare before me.
Huh. Well, savor the flavor, fledgling.
It was accomplished regardless of your play.
Thanks. You helped me get rid of a spy without revealing myself, or getting my hands dirty.
I already left.
You better get back downtown. Prince LaCroix's gonna want to hear all about this victory.
The yellow submarine is waiting. Jesus Christ.
What do you need?
I actually wanna talk. I wanna.
What?
I wanna ask you about clans.
Clans are just bloodlines, you know. A common root shared and passed on from sire to child.
Yeah, and I wanna ask about myself. I'm amazed that for once he didn't insult me. He insulted the Blood Witch. He insulted the Gangrel. He was okay with the Ventru. But, he hated the Tremere and he hated the Gangrel a lot. And as a Malkavian, he's acting more respectful towards me. Demystify the Malkavians.
Malkavians are, interesting. There's something to them. Learning to sort the wisdom from the bullshit can be some work, and, not all of them are worth listening to, but, they're all good fun, if you ask me.
Fun like the Dark Daughter of Janus?
Janus's daughter? What the... Oh, Janus. The two-faced god? You mean Therese Vorman. Oh man, you Malkavians are really messed up.
Janus's daughter,
I was just
what
silly
the...
vampire politicking fledgling. No more. You get used to that kind of thing.
Did you know that Yana's daughter shared the same skin?
I had my suspicions. What an interesting specimen. But a pain in my dead ass for sure.
To my ears, it sounded like a devilish dogfight.
Of course it did. As if vampires and women both weren't insecure enough. Get them together in one Malkavian body. And look what happens.
I think Nasty Dude is drawn to the Queen of Drama.
Yeah, no kidding. Now that the Camarillas moved into L.A., Therese wants the title of Prince of Santa Monica. I guess she saw me as a threat. Funny thing is, I could care less.
What would be the difference between being a Prince of Santa Monica and being a Baron of Santa Monica, honestly? I mean, you're still... Okay, so there's Bertram here. I ran past this territory. There was her sister. Mercurio is a ghoul. Nox is a ghoul. There's some thin bloods on the beach. Who am I even missing? There's literally like 3 vampires in the whole of the territory. That's not a power. Okay, maybe you get to own the properties. Maybe you get to rule over the properties, but that's about it, honestly. Is the task beyond your nasty self?
I wouldn't want to be the Prince of Terre Haute. I leave that.
I mean, this is nearly the Prince of Terre Haute.
There's only like 4 vampires in all of Santa Monica. Some kingdom.
Yeah, I know, right? To be fair, that makes it for a very, very great location. Nobody would bother you. There wouldn't be anyone to bother you. Very not populated, but doesn't make for a good princedom.
Like what?
I am no longer here. I just wanted to hear what you wanted to say about Malkavians. And I did, so I am very happy right now. I am a happy bunny. Are you still a human taxi driver? Oh. He is still purple. He is still purple.
Where to?
Change my scene. If he change this, his aura near the last missions goes to black. We are supposed to treat him like a separate person, but he looks the same. One design decision of keeping that same model just makes for such a interesting conundrum.
Out for the sunrise.
We're going to have a lot of fun with this one.
I like fun.
Think you could blow up our warehouse and get away with it? Ah, lick.
I would love to have a lot of fun with you.
Let's pull out its eyes and its tongue and its teeth. I want its teeth.
Camarilla, fuck.
So if you kill like a vampire...
I think we could all use a little entertainment.
Right.
Those of you sitting in the first...
If you remove their body part beforehand, like teeth, do they stay? And if we like continuously regrow things, can you technically have like a necklace of fangs all from the same person?
Leave.
There's 3 of us, Rodriguez.
Yeah. 3 of us.
And 2 of you look identical.
Shoot us.
How did you get a grenade? Where did you get a grenade from? Why would you need a grenade?
You too, Rodriguez. You're both dead. Nobody messes with a Sabbat and lives.
Keep moving. Trouble sure seems to like you. Good effort. Execution needs a little work.
I want to think that his friends were like, you deserved it. What happened to 1 through 8?
Same thing that happens to a lot of Anarchs, Malk. But you already know that somehow, don't you? Should have been more careful, newbie. This ain't the burbs.
First of all, why are you aggroing on me for being a Malkavian when Bertram didn't? Secondly, are you actually telling me that before you there were 8 leaders in downtown that all got taken down one by one? Your face is familiar. Do you have your own cereal?
Kid, I got things to deal with. Why don't you pay me a visit at the last round tonight? I don't know what you've heard so far, but it's time you heard the real story.
I like my stories.
This is a mean existence. Stay out of trouble, kid.
Maybe. Or maybe not. I like my trouble. He literally didn't like me for asking about his name.
Souls draped in rotten tatters and father dances in the dark.
What? Souls draped in rotten tatters and father dances in the dark. You know what? Guess we'll be doing majority of quests again in downtown as well. Just for the lines, just to hear how people react to us. Why don't we visit Mr. Strauss and see if he cares about the fact that we're bloody mad bonkers? Hi.
Greetings, neonate. Might I assume you received my invitation? I have been looking forward to meeting you for quite some time.
You have nothing better to do, I guess. Why would you ever invite a Malkavian as well? Blood magics and betrayal! And the true king upon his throne.
Ah, a child of Malkav, no less. Do dark visions cloud your sight, young one? Shattered reflections of your clan father's mind.
The glass is cracked, but strangely clear.
There is truth in your words, neonate, more than you yet realize. Your madness allows you to glimpse the truth of this existence, to see through the shadowy veil into the world beyond.
It's just that whatever comes out of my mouth afterwards makes absolutely no sense for anyone else. That's fine, I guess. On your head an iron crown, and the jester dances before you.
Be cautious when speaking of these visions. Truth is rarely welcomed by those who cannot see it. There are many kindred who will be less, shall we say, accepting of it than I am.
Well, I mean, I'm crowning you the king, so I suppose, yeah, you would like that. Tell me your name, Wizard King.
Strauss. Maximilian Strauss. I am the regent of this chantry. Welcome.
May I ask why it looks like not only your coat is leather, because it's very reflective, but also your shirt? How do you even get a leather shirt? Because it's very reflective. A regent is opaque and shadowy.
A regent is the leader of a chantry, as well as a teacher to young Tremere apprentices who are studying the mysteries of our clan.
Do you, have college sessions? That would be quite something to see. Chantry holds a mystery for me.
A chantry is a local gathering place for those of the Tremere clan. I live here, as do apprentices from time to time.
Tell me of this dark city of angels.
Let me give you some advice, young one. Your survival in kindred society will often depend on your ability to find out yourself what is going on around you.
Yeah, that's why I'm bugging you. That's how you get information. You come on over and you bug people until they give it to you. I mean, it helps if you're also batshit crazy and they in general don't want to interact with you. Memory is really a gift of the schizophrenic. Yeah.
As for what is going on here in downtown, the word on everyone's lips, kindred or kind, seems to be epidemic.
16 years later, this is pretty accurate, thank you. Ah! A withered horse runs among us.
It seems that disease has been spreading at an alarming rate throughout the downtown population. Considering our particular appetites, the local kindred are more than concerned about these developments.
I am surprised that you didn't ask what the hell I meant. Like, after a while, they forget that they're talking to a Malkavian and just, like, continue going on script. Well, if you were that person, you would just be like, horse? What do you mean? Dirty blood is our doom.
Yes, indeed. My opinion is that the local Anarchs are responsible for these outbreaks. Their precipitous indulgence of certain passions often leads to such things. Ergo, their need for the watchful eye of the Camarilla.
Certain passions color me intrigued. Perhaps I might probe the problem of this pestilence.
An interesting proposition.
Pestilence.
If you succeed in finding
Pestilence.
the epidemic and putting an end to it,
Words.
I will compensate you appropriately for your efforts.
I shall do this deed.
Very well. Again, I recommend speaking with the Anarchs. You can find most of them at the local watering hole, reveling in the vices of their former lives. I believe the place is called The Last Round.
I mean, they can't drink alcohol, so to me it just sounds like hanging out. Which is kind of like what your building is meant for as well. Hanging out. Effectively, it's just 2 rooms. Separate parts of downtown. My mind has left. My body follows. You know, somebody should try and use that like as a regular goodbye. See if there's a reaction. Like, my mind has left. My body follows. You know, like it's a completely normal statement. Yeah, but it's like a very weird way of saying it. Like, I am no longer listening to you. Okay, time to introduce myself and every single Anarch in the area, including talking with Jack again. Hi!
Well, looky who made it back in one piece. How's Santa Monica, kiddo?
If I answer it, would you understand my answer? The lady was sad and beautiful.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a stroll on the beach. So did you score a lot of skee-ball tickets down on the pier there?
I whipped around the wooden ball, but procured no prize.
I can't imagine you did. Probably too busy getting pushed around by every vampire with the weakest seniority over you, am I right?
I've trod more terrible roads.
Well, if you're cool with that treatment, you'll make a great Camarilla. They love pussy.
I am no cowardly cat thing.
I'm just saying, that's usually the way the story goes. Same old bullshit politics from when you were alive. Don't it make you just want to rip somebody's spine out? What? You saying that's just me?
And you can, Jack. And you can. 9 swooped in like death on demon's wings.
Yeah, not a moment too soon, huh? You said you guys let those Sabat go, too. 9s must be getting soft. How could you pass up that kind of fun?
How did the Sabat find my shadow?
Someone must have put a word out. Now, here's an interesting little scenario. I'm just gonna run this by you, see what you think. What if the prince got the word out to the Sabat that you were the one to blow up their warehouse?
You know, it sounds like the prince is way too concerned about me being alive, because, I mean, in this game, he, like, betrays you multiple times. It's like, he tries to kill you without actually killing you for no reason whatsoever. Is that the terrible truth?
Hey, it's just a theory, man, but who else is gonna be watching you so closely? Knowing where you're going and all that.
I mean, I did blow up their warehouse. They might have noticed themselves. Would the Jester dance such a jig with the Sabbat?
I'm not saying he's working with the Sabbat. I know he ain't. But he sure as hell could have put the word out there on the street where the Sabbat would pick up on it. Just chew on that.
Oppressive, this news, but probable.
It's how the Camarilla works, kiddo, trust me. I've been dealing with these slimy shits for a few centuries now.
Such politics are dread and dirty.
Politics. The stuff that makes the rich get richer, keeps the powerful in power. Look at why you're out in Santa Monica in the first place. 'Cause Prince LaCroix said so.
Why was I chosen for this dark fate?
'Cause he never thought you'd make it back. If Nines didn't stand up for you in the courtroom, you would have been toast right there, man. Everybody knows that.
Why would the Jester hate this little fly? That is a very good question. That was something I was asking.
You gotta get it approved before you sire anyone. Vampire population control, fascist crap. LaCroix wanted to look like the strong leader upholding the law.
Yeah, but he, like, thoroughly failed when somebody stood up and just, like, expressed a negative opinion to this action, and he was like, on the other hand, I was definitely not gonna do that. So, there's no correcting that. So why has the spider not killed this little fly?
Public relations, man. Calculated risk. Events were born in a boardroom. When Nines called him out, LaCroix realized it was time to show a carefully measured dose of Camarilla compassion.
Have you public relations propensities?
Yeah,
What?
Man, it's called kicking ass and crushing the skulls of any asshole who steps on my toes. That seems to work. People dig it.
What's propensities? Where am I getting these words from? Why does the Jester fear the shadow of Nines? Isn't he sheep?
LaCroix is the boss of the Camarilla in L.A. That's it. LaCroix is the boss. That's rich.
Why not to just say interests and talents? Even the Jester may parade in the King's cloak.
The facts are like this. The Camarilla need us to buy into their bullshit for any of their laws to mean dick. Now, telling free-living vampires they need to be ruled...
I mean, I'm pretty sure that that's how things work in general. If the whole population goes, nope, that's not the law, then that's not the law. I mean, that's why a lot of very ancient laws don't get enforced anymore, because people go, dude, why would you nail an arrow through some Irish man's heart in midnight in the middle of the street? That just doesn't fly. And they go, but this ancient law says that that's not illegal. And then everybody would just be like, yeah, but no. Are the little demons jumping?
Kid, we've lived in California, some of us for over 100 years, and we've kicked the Camarilla's ass out of town before. Seems like every time they smell blood, they're back trying to take over.
Who is we?
The free living dead, kiddo. A lot of people like to use the label Anarchs. Whatever the hell that means. Anarchs. That's got a nice kick to it, though, huh? Yeah.
Okay, I actually need to ask, can I ask you anything to leave this conversation?
Sure thing, kiddo. Fire away.
Oh, yeah, Sabbat. My favorite topic. Let's continuously ask everybody about the Sabbat.
The Sabbat are worthless, man. Fake tits on a zombie worthless. Fun to watch, though. Like the Three Stooges with chainsaws.
What is their major malfunction?
The Sabbat are in the same business as the Camarilla. Sabbat have a little longer chain. They're slaves all the same.
So are Anarchs. You have barons. It's like they forgot that they have barons. I am no longer here. Hi!
Well, if it ain't the talk of the town, poster child for Camarilla benevolence. What does the prince have his little bitch doing today?
The jester plays his little games and sends his little pawn before him.
Jester? What the hell did you say? You're Malkavian, right? Oh, you're doubly screwed. Crazy as hell and the prince's bitch. Little pawn, you said? Yeah, you got that right. Maybe you're not as crazy as you look.
Greetings, Helter Skelter.
Huh? Damn. Malkavians and they goddamn insight. That shit is creepy. Anyway, yeah. My name is Skelter. I do my part to keep California a free state for the Anarchs.
I seek the name of numbers.
So then go on up and see her. You're free to do as you please here.
When I get to the bottom, I'll go back to the top of the slide. Farewell. What? My own character confuses me sometimes. Hello!
Chase you in here, Cammy?
Damn sail! Are you a stubborn boat?
I'm damsel. Someone talking shit about me over in that ivory tower? Who said it, huh? I'll kick their ass.
Damn sail! Oh, these slides are gold! Kicking them in the head would have been more effective.
Lunatic. I give you a piece of my mind, seeing as how you're just another do-girl for the Camarilla. Shit. No amount of good sense penetrates that white noise you malks call a brain, does it?
The Warlock Chief says you children spread disease.
That goddamn blood witch told you what? He thinks we're responsible for that plague bearer? If I hadn't promised Nines I'd keep my nose clean, I'd go over right now and rip him a new wizard shoe. Magic missile casting motherfucker!
Ah yes, that very well-known basic Tremere ability, magic missiles. Ah, D&D crossover when... Plague Bearer, this word is unfamiliar to me.
A plague bearer's a point, but doesn't care who they feed from. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. We can't get sick, but the kind can. And kindred that feed on them start spreading disease. Enough gets sick, it's an epidemic. CDC's in town as we speak.
Can't you just shoot a dirty carrier pigeon away?
Seen Old Yeller? May sound cruel, but it's necessary.
I have not seen the Old Yeller, actually.
As to the real cause of an outbreak of bloodborne diseases, guess what happens? So the plague bearers gotta be found and put down. If the Camarilla really gives a damn, they'll help us out.
My Neko is a debt to the Anarchs. What shall I do?
One of our boys' ghouls, name's Paul, lives nearby in the Skyline Apartments. Been a stranger lately. Looked like death last time he was here. Said he didn't get bit, but maybe you can get more info out of him.
I will touch this ghoul in his mind's secret places.
Wait, if Paul's not talking, you might want to start questioning the
I don't think that anybody can, like, not talk in front of a Malkavian. I mean, I'm pretty sure I depressed a policeman into suicide, but we're gonna see. The broken brains of the city's forgotten. I shall play there. Hi!
You showed up. Good. Here's what I gotta tell you. And so you know, I don't lecture, I don't rap, I'm no bureaucrat. I'm just a guy out of nowhere came to be involved in something 500 times bigger than you and me.
Well, that rhymed. And also that electric wire behind you. Holy shit, this whole town is cursed. I mean, Santa Monica wires were very active too. More!
You got a right to know the score. Camarilla, this is the short of it. They operate a lot like a pyramid scheme. There's a bunch of these old-timers at the top with God only knows what plots in mind. They lose their power, they die. They sired more to carry out their plans, and looking for a little power, then those kindred sired for their own schemes, and so on and on and on. It hurts my head just thinking about the mess. What it works out to is this. Only a few people at the top have any real power.
I'm pretty sure that a few people at the top are kind of very paranoid that the rest of the pyramid are gonna dethrone them, but okay. The prince is not the head vampire?
LaCroix? Shit. LaCroix's just the guy who backstabbed and wheeled and dealed his way into becoming king son of a bitch of all the local Camarilla. Him and any of the traitors that sided with the Cam want power here, they'll get what's due.
Let me hear your truth.
I learned the way of this world during the Depression. A bunch of old rich bastards screwed the country. But did they suffer? No.
Multiple times! Not the suffering, the screwing of the country. Since. I meant since.
Get a group of people together who aren't assholes. Find a place to put your feet up and make some examples of the quote-unquote elite to keep the rest the hell out. Everyone's an equal here. The same thing this country used to be about. That's what LA has been. An anarch-free state.
So are you like advocating for people to like move out and start their own cities? Because that's an interesting side. Free state? Well, I usually just walk off with stuff anyhow.
The Camarilla was kicked out on their ass a long time ago. We, the Anarchs, didn't want to play their politics anymore. Now LaCroix and crew pop in like they never left? No goddamn way. Their laws don't apply to us.
Meet with them. Baloney all around.
I got their meeting right here.
Are you the Prince of Thieves and are these your merry men?
Don't use me and Prince in the same sentence, Malk. I fought to keep LA free since I was embraced. A long time later, I'm one of the only ones left that hasn't bidded or switched sides. The most veteran soldier on the battlefield.
You know, only now that I realized that, because you can custom name your character, they're obviously never gonna mention your character by name, but they always mention your character by their clan, which just comes off as really derogatory. Like, you don't get to be your own person, you're just an extension of your clan. You and the prince don't golf on the weekends?
LaCroix represents everything I hate. The Camarilla, stuck-up aristocrats, rich businessmen, crooked politicians. The only place LaCroix belongs is in an urn.
My mind is still soft. Any shape I should set it in.
Here's what I tell all the new blood. 1, you get careless, that blood will make you into a monster. But you rampage around here, you get put down. 2, don't kill when you feed. No reason to. In this city, there's lots of ways to slake the beast without leaving a trail of dead. 3, the Camarilla's full of shit. 4, watch your back, always. And lastly, learn how to fight. Because a speech ain't gonna save your ass when you're staring down the barrel of a shotgun.
Actually, it depends on how high your charisma is. Teach me the razzmatazz.
After picking your ass up off the pavement back there, yeah, I can tell you don't even know the basics. Hold your hands up like this, and keep your body at an angle. Makes you harder to hit. Keep your thumbs out of your fists and put your weight into your punches.
Interesting words, I will savor them.
You poor bastard. Listen, LA's the school of hard knocks, so keep your friends close and your enemies in a barbecue pit. Once you square things with LaCroix, don't give that son of a bitch the time of night. I got my eye on you, kid.
Ick! Squishy! I got my eye on you. I think I took that very literally. I mean, that's fine too. The one thing I still want to do is go and say hello to LaCroix. Ah, this just been the talking times. Good times. Good talking time. I feel like nobody in the Anarchs really liked the fact that I'm a Malkavian. The Tremere didn't mind. Which of the guards are you?
You, look familiar, Missy.
Okay.
We haven't met before, have we?
You have not committed suicide, that's good.
Right? I don't know what came over me back there, but now I got this sweet night shift position, and I'm happier than the time I met Supowitz. Well, enough about my lucky break. You, here to see one of the bigwigs, Missy?
Bigwig? No, I'm here to see LaCroix.
Would that be Sebastian LaCroix of the LaCroix Foundation, or Dwayne LaCroix of Insurrection Baby Formula Company?
I have no suckling youth.
Okay then. Mr. LaCroix, he told me to expect someone fitting your description sometime tonight. You go right on up.
Wise.
Yeah, you have a good power meeting, or whatever it is you types do up there. You need any security? Well, you just
Don't look like I might be part of any power meetings, I gotta say. I am no longer here. I look like a cheerleader with my underwear sticking through my skirt, which obviously other kindred don't mind, because they don't... I mean, higher-ups mind, but like, a lot of them just stay in whatever outfit they died in, so nobody pays that much attention, but... Come on! The guard should have noticed that... At most, I look like a prostitute.
There you are. I was informed of your presence in the building. Since you're here, I'll take the liberty of assuming you've destroyed the warehouse. This is correct, yes?
Boom.
Most excellent. I had no doubt you'd prove my decision a prudent one. I trust you encountered no impediments to your progress on account of my personnel.
Bloody Mercury, Two Faces, Dinner Assassins, Wolf People.
Yes, I'm sure it was quite an experience. You've done well, circumstances being what they were. I will admit, not many in your position would have overcome such a trial. But don't misunderstand me. It was no fool's errand. You may yet prove to be a genuine asset. It's a bit disturbing, the lack of talent within this organization as of late. Tell me, what would you say to doing a bit of reconnaissance for me?
Why? Why would you ever talk to somebody that you know that has a screwed up mind and go, I see potential in you? Dangle something in front of me.
Don't be so hasty to inflate your own worth. You've succeeded once, very admirable. But in the grand scheme of it all, an infant stride of progress. If you're looking to make a name for yourself, listen very carefully.
I'm kind of looking to piss you off, honestly.
Rumors spreading around the kindred community concerning the Elizabeth Dane, the cargo ship that was towed into port recently. Have you heard of it?
I mean, I'm planning to ally myself with Anarchs this time around. You hear them too? I mean, continue.
The police are investigating the Dane as we speak. Even the Nosferatu have little information on what's been found.
Well, I suppose they don't travel by ships very often.
Such speculation is because it was transporting an object called the Ankaran sarcophagus. Now, I'm not one to predicate a decision based on conjecture, so what I need is fact. And more importantly, I need evidence that the occurrences on the Dane were not supernatural in nature, and in no way relate to this Ankaran sarcophagus.
Why this one?
Should I repeat myself? I do believe I mentioned the fact that I bent the delicate laws that govern our society to allow you a chance to live.
Pretty sure that you did that because you were afraid of nines.
I can't give you another reason.
No, I passed your trial. Now I pass from your sight.
You will go to the Elizabeth Dane.
Oh, that must be so annoying, actually, having to dominate people often. I will go to the Elizabeth Dane.
You have 3 objectives. 1. I want you to examine the sarcophagus for anything unusual. You may sense something peculiar about the sarcophagus. In fact, many kindred in the city have reported an uneasiness in the air since the Dane's arrival. Do not, under any circumstances, open the Ankaran sarcophagus. Secondly, the police have begun their investigation. Find out what they have concluded thus far. Thirdly, take the cargo manifest for the ship. I want to find out what else it was carrying. The last thing we want is police aware of our existence, so be careful what you do in front of them. And unlike the warehouse, you cannot wholesale slaughter a ship full of lawmen without consequences. Is this understood?
Apparently, testing from my previous playthroughs, you can, except you're gonna be a bit pissed, but nah. Game decides to keep you alive regardless, so there isn't that much consequence. And there is no physical reason why the dominate at the end of the game should not work. We haven't just, like, aged 100 years in 10 nights. So the fact that it failed, I'm gonna assume that he just had a really bad dice roll. Uh-huh.
Good. Oh, and it has come to my attention that you had an encounter with Nines Rodriguez.
Like, he actually failed his ability dice roll.
Throw that cretinous charm of his brashly about. What exactly did Mr. Rodriguez say?
I will read you back the minutes.
Nothing they haven't crassly delivered untold times within Elysium. You have to understand, most of the Anarchs know no better option, or have been bullied into their cause by the unrulier ones. You can't fault all for the boorishness of a few. Now that that's out of the way, I trust you're prepared to leave for the Dane.
First, I wish something from your head.
I suppose I can spare a few seconds.
I am gonna annoy the shit out of you. Questions about faces?
Yes.
The Lone Wolf.
You've met Beckett? Yes. He did pay me the courtesy of announcing his presence in my city. He's lionized in kindred society, by most.
I mean, most Ventru don't. They live in power places.
And owes allegiance only to his intellectual pursuits.
That seems like the wisest way of spending your time, honestly. Just doing whatever the shit you always wanted to do. More faces. Yes. The one who is smiling.
Jack. The man is a scourge. The physical manifestation of chaos. Whenever he makes an appearance in one city, it is only a matter of time before a calamity is attributed to his latest lark. Yes.
About you?
It's common knowledge. I was born.
Oh, it's common knowledge.
200 years ago, when I graduated from the Royal Military Academy.
Do you have like a plaque stating your back history somewhere in this office that it's common knowledge?
When I was embraced by a Belgian noble. From that time onward, I counted some of the greatest kindred in Europe as my mentors, and worked towards establishing a Camarilla presence in new territories. In 1930, I came to the Americas and staked power in New York. Soon after, I headed west to claim domain.
What is your blood made from?
I'm Ventru, but I don't disparage any of the other clans. All are equally important in maintaining the foundations of the Camarilla, and the elders of each serve as my council.
You know, at the very least, that is a lot better than a lot of other Ventru princes, I'm gonna give you that. Something about something else.
Which is...
Tell me of this banner fly over your blood.
In this age of information, videotape, and weapons of mass destruction, the Camarilla is more necessary than it has ever been. The alternative to thorough secrecy these days is extinction. As long as we exist, so shall kindred society.
You don't think that people are capable of hiding without you telling them to hide? Okay. The Sabbat.
Every night you wake up, be thankful you were not sired by one of their kind, or you would have woken under the ground, forced to claw your way up from the dirt into a brief, bloody, violent existence. Savages, bloodthirsty, irresponsible heathens. Which is...
the box from Sands of Time.
All I know about the Ankaran sarcophagus is what I've heard on the news. It was found during an archaeological excavation in Turkey, and it appears ancient. There could be nothing but dust inside. However, that does not discount the possibility of it containing some kindred artifact, or even a mummy. All of these evidence of the supernatural, and therefore potentially damaging to us. As for it containing an ancient kindred, the Camarilla does not put stock in the actuality of antediluvians. They're myths. Don't let anyone tell you differently.
I like how that's precisely what he expects to find, though. Because at the very end, he really wants to eat whatever's inside of it. Then he finds dynamite, but, he's like, oh, no, I don't believe in any of it, but, taste the ancient blood. Okay, that's all that you could have discussed with me anyway. Nice view you got here. It's pity I can't just, like, lounge on your chairs and, like, really piss you off. Going, hey, why isn't that person going? And I'm just like, chair. But anyways, when we gonna come back the next day over, we are gonna be exploring the downtown. But for today, this is it. For we have gotten out of Santa Monica, and that's precisely what I wanted to do. So, thank you for watching, and toodaloo.